Oh, hi folks. Saturday, September the 5th. Into our long weekend, Labor Day weekend. Trust all is well. I'm going to put some interesting links in the description. And for the most part, they're about Canada. So our finance minister, etc., etc. First wanted a couple of other things sort of roll by today. Looks like they're doing some defensive tactics against EMP attacks. There's rumblings that there could be, with the U.S. election coming up, an EMP attack. Now, is that for real, or is that just to give us an excuse for the internet perhaps being shut down for some rolling hydro failures, that sort of thing? It's interesting. You know, I don't know, I haven't checked, but is there any sunspot activity that might create that as well? There's something's going on, and it's just sort of weird. Another thing that rolled by is that the Bill Gates, he's connected with the Vaccinating Africa, and they're finding that, let me give you the countries. Is polio vaccine. The UN is now admitting that it's a virus YE2 is actually causing polio. In Chad, Sudan, it has done so in Angola, the Congo, Zambia, and Nigeria. Also has in the past been linked to polio outbreaks in Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Iran. Now think about that. Here's the vaccine that they developed that they're giving to Africans and giving to some countries, and it's actually causing the disease. And of course, how big this is, we're not sure, because they're trying to, obviously keeping a lid on it. It's just finally coming through. And I say that because they're starting to test some Wuhan Waltz virus, Wuhan Waltz vaccine in Africa as well. And going to be doing that here too soon. So this is the thing with vaccines, especially the ones, I mean, the polio vaccines are obviously been around for a long time, but there has been that rumor that it does cause the disease as well. It can create a whole new outbreak. It's an intriguing thing. I think it goes back to Dr. Tei-Fu Chen. He was a founder of Sunrider, a whole food herbal company. And I remember he once said, when he was holding an apple, he said, what you do in the Western world, you take this apple and you slice it apart and you take all the chemicals out of it and you put it in lab dishes to find out what was in the apple that's so good for you. Then you try to synthetically put it back together and you're not getting the same results and you wonder why. Because you're not God. That's what his comment was. And I found that interesting because in a lot of the things we do some goofy things, and in the pretense of helping people, the hope of helping people, we can damage a lot of people. And to just have to look at autism, I mean, it's a big thing. But anyway, the main thing is I see got a link to the Financial Post, a John Ivison column that's creating a lot of kerfuffle in places. As you may or may not know, Trudeau is to escape his scandal investigation, prorogued Parliament, and appointed a new finance minister, Krista Freeland. And they're coming up with a whole new budget, a whole new idea, changing his whole format. They're going to present this in their budget later this month, and it's causing a lot of stir among bureaucrats, apparently, especially in the financial end, because these people have been working in finance for a long time. And we sometimes think of bureaucrats as sort of a virus themselves because it keeps growing. But the bureaucracy actually There's a lot of talented people in the bureaucracy that actually sort of knows what the hell's going on and sort of help guide politicians through and work with the new ideas. And they don't usually leak stuff in Canada much, but they're risking careers by doing that now. Feeling that the plan that Chrystia Freeland and Justin Trudeau are coming up with is just a bit much. And you got to remember, I mean, Freeland and Trudeau are both socialists. I mean, there's no doubt. I think they embrace the globalist idea. And, although I've got a couple of links to Freeland as well, her TED Talk lecture and her interviewing George Soros at the billionaire convention in Europe. So when you listen to her there and you watch what she's doing here, there's almost sometimes a 180-degree spin. You see, I think they like the idea of more red tape, more regulations. That's what the grist that I'm sort of getting from this. They want to give people a better deal, but as the scandal they just shut Parliament down to get away from sort of shows, they also connive about as well. They're helping out their wealthy friends. They talk about wealth as it's sort of nasty, but they're getting wealthy at the public purse, and that's sort of annoying. They're not going out and doing something really positive, inventing something or creating something. They're just sort of taking from their position and getting their fame that way. So as you watch these two, they're really worth watching, both of her TED Talks and her George Soros interview. Incidentally, a conservative lady brought these conversations with Soros up, and she had to apologize because I don't know why. I mean, they're there. I mean, this gives you an idea of how this woman thinks. She's our finance minister, and she's creating our new budget. So we should know where she is coming from. And, I mean, the Liberals in Canada have more been a centrist sort of party. And you have the Conservatives on the right and the NDP on the left, or the New Democrats. But our centrist party is swung right over. And in an attempt to gain power, because that way they collect votes from the left as well as the center. Yeah, unless the center wakes up. Then we look at our right. I'm not sure if it's much brighter there, but we're in tough in Canada, folks. We're in tough in Canada. So watch those two videos, see what you think, and think of the WE scandal. Think of the SSC-Lavalin scandal. Think of everything that has sort of gone on. Chrystia Freeland has been closely connected to Jill through all of these things. And then when you watch her TED Talks and her speech with Soros, you sort of, well, there's something not fitting. Like all politicians, things don't always fit. Other than that, take care. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.